Alofa. On mind, body and soul, a clean green house for a healthier you. An Ayurvedic oasis awaits, and meditating most comfortably. But first, do you like your sport hard, fast and fun? If you're looking for an exhilarating new sport that harnesses the power of wind and water, then kiteboarding is just the adrenaline rush you've been waiting for. The sheer high of flashing over the water and free flying into the sky is something kiteboarders confess is very addictive. Kiteboarding isn't as extreme a sport as you might imagine. It's more accessible than you think. And, with proper instruction, isn't so difficult to learn. This is because of big advancements in kite, board and bar technology, meaning that the learning curve has been dramatically improved. What once took months now only takes a few hours. A stern word of caution though, don't be tempted to take to the water until you're thoroughly familiar with how the equipment works. It's extremely important to take the time to learn the rules and strict etiquette of this amazing sport, because with the right approach, kiteboarding can be very safe. But if you take unnecessary risks and don't observe common sense, you're courting danger. Maximize your safety and enjoyment of kiteboarding by educating yourself. Research magazines and watch others by linking up with your local kiteboarding shop or club. Most surf retailers now offer kiteboarding lessons and gear hire. Booking yourself into a series of lessons is an absolute must. You might be a competent wakeboarder or surfer and you may know how to loft and body drag, but that doesn't mean you know how to handle a kite. Kiteboarding is a technical sport, so having a certified instructor by your side will not only teach you how to safely handle the equipment, but give you vital tips to keep yourself and others out of harm's way. A good instructor will also know the perfect kite and board for your weight, size and current wind conditions. Always use safety equipment such as a quick-release waist harness, a suitable helmet, impact vest, gloves and hook knife. Carefully build experience in manageable conditions, and always be mindful to keep a safe distance from other beach users. The most difficult part about learning is understanding your kite and how it reacts to your first few power strokes. Remember, it will take time and patience. Don't give in to frustration. Stick to it, and before you know it, you'll get the balance and propulsion you need to really start enjoying yourself. The global kiteboarding community has now swelled to over 100,000, and there are hundreds of schools and shops popping up all over the world. For an able, strong person with the right dedication, kiteboarding can prove to be not only a very thrilling sport, but a passion. For many people, a simple task like cleaning your home is a health nightmare. Cleaning products or their fumes can cause skin and eye irritations, headaches, or more serious ailments. Bridget Gardner, director of A Fresh Green Clean, has a dream that safe cleaning will become the norm. And she doesn't mean trashing all the chemically based cleaners you use and buying a trolley full of environmentally based products to replace them. When she set up her cleaning business, Bridget was using environmentally friendly chemical products. Then she realised that these products are still manufactured. They involve packaging and they use resources. This realisation and her own sensitivity to products, both synthetic and naturally based, inspired her to start a cleaning revolution. 4 years of cleaning, research and reflection led Bridget to work out that a whole new approach was needed to really protect people, the environment, and to make our homes really clean.
Most cleaning products leave a residue. The surface isn't actually clean. So what happens is the dirt becomes attracted to the residue and it actually gets dirtier faster. When I'm cleaning with microfiber, I'm actually removing all of the dirt from the surface, and it's amazing how much longer it stays clean.
Bridget's journey led her to discover that the best, safest and cheapest cleaning agent we can choose is water. Just water, used in the most efficient way.
Water is a solvent. It actually dissolves dirt. It's just that normally we don't allow time for water to do its work properly. We automatically use a product, so we never find out how well water actually cleans.
According to Bridget, it's how we clean that is the key. We need to allow time for water to clean for us. Wash a really dirty spot with a wet cloth. Leave it for a few minutes, then repeat with a damp cloth. It will be clean. It is in those few minutes that the water does its work of dissolving the dirt, with only the tiniest drop of pure soap or vinegar required. The advent of microfiber technology has enhanced Bridget's methods even further.
The lovely thing about microfiber is that when you're cleaning, you're not squirting from a distance, you're actually wiping the surface and touching the surface. You have this sense of ownership over your own house.
What about the grimy nooks in the shower recess or the back of the oven after a roast? Bridget suggests giving the strong chemical-based products a miss for these tough jobs.
Most dirt that I have to clean comes off with just microfiber and water. However, if you get really dirty surfaces, such as a shower base, then I have to add my own creamy cleanser, which I make up from bicarbonate of soda, and I mix that with pure Castile liquid soap, which is made from vegetable oil and you'll buy it in health food shops. So I make that into a paste, then I add that to the microfiber, and that takes off nearly everything.
Bridget suggests that a few mid-priced microfiber cloths, some bicarb soda and liquid Castile soap should be all that you need in your cleaning bucket. And perhaps a recycled toothbrush for those hard-to-get-to spots. See Bridget's website freshgreenclean.com.au for other refreshing tips. Her chemical-free cleaning approach encourages people to love and care for their homes.
Sometimes the way I clean means that I have to scrub, much more than if I was using a toxic chemical. But I'm loving my home when I'm cleaning it. I'm caring for it, nurturing it, and the environment. So for me, I just want to choose the safest and the most natural methods possible. That's it.
Oasis is the perfect word to describe the Ayurveda Healing Centre run by Louise Darralaw in Eltham, Melbourne. As soon as you enter, you're immediately surrounded by beautifully recycled wood interiors and a vast decked balcony overlooking acres of eucalyptus trees. Your worldly worries slide off you as birdsong, stillness and natural light all work in tandem to soothe and calm. Upstairs in Louise's inviting consulting studio, you'll spend some time taking part in a comprehensive diagnostic consultation. It's important to Louise that before any treatment begins, a patient learns something of the principles underpinning this venerable 4,000-year-old practice. You have to forget the Western notion of honing in on a trouble spot and treating it in isolation. Ayurveda looks at the human body as a complex, holistic system which embraces all possibilities and all knowledge. Louise spends a lot of time investigating a health problem. Typically, she will spend about an hour assessing a person's current health status. Pulse and tongue diagnosis are followed by a close examination of diet, lifestyle habits, family history, work, and social environments. When assessing a person's dosha, Louise also uses her intuitive expertise to discover the Prakruti and Vikruti, the subtle interplay of energies that determine the state of a person's well-being. Prakruti looks at the constitution, or in dosha terms, the metabolic type. There are 3 dosha types which are linked to the elements of the universe: Vata, ether and air; Pitta, fire and water; or Kapha, earth and water. While a person can predominantly be considered a Pitta, Kapha or Vata, there are also dual doshic types, and even some who display the attributes of all 3 doshas. The Vikruti diagnosis gets to the bottom of a person's current imbalance, which can manifest as obvious or subtle levels of aggravation or disease. Following a diagnosis, the next stage is to begin a program of body treatments called Shodhana. These are an essential part of the restorative process. They not only help stimulate the body's healing response, but are powerful in cleansing and purifying the body of built-up toxins. One of the most popular hands-on treatments is the Abhyanga massage. This is performed by 1 or 2 masseurs using long, rhythmic strokes where hand contact on the skin is maintained consistently for an hour, providing continual energy release. This technique concentrates on stimulating blood circulation through the tissues, deeply working the muscles and draining the lymph glands. But just as there are different dosha types, the herbal oil preparations and the methods of application are also chosen according to body type and health requirements. For example, Vata people who often feel nervous require a calming oil and soothing massage. Kaphas are naturally heavy energy types and need light and spicy oils that invigorate and enliven the body. Hot Pitta types need cooling down with something like coconut oil applied with moderate strokes to restore their sense of equilibrium. Traditionally, Ayurveda body treatments are conducted in complete silence, and a patient is always kept informed of what the massage entails. This is so that they can feel totally at ease and allow the body to respond to the healing manipulations. Because of the gentle, non-intrusive nature of Ayurvedic treatments, they guarantee a pleasurable, deeply relaxing and energizing experience that is ideal for everyone, including very young children. So even if you don't have a specific health problem, this is an excellent therapy for busy people wishing to restore their sense of balance and well-being. Are you bored with your regular gym workout? Sick of following a fitness instructor at the back of a crowded studio? Looking for an exercise routine that can reduce your dress size but requires no more equipment than a kitchen chair? Tracy Hebron brims with vibrancy and health, and she does body Kalanetics. Never heard of it? Well, neither has the rest of the world. We'll let you in on the secret now. Kalanetics is a gentle but effective exercise routine that originates from the world of dance. Its founder, Callan Pinkney, was trained in classical ballet and designed a series of exercises to tone her body while rehabilitating from a back injury. Kalanetics is therefore a no-impact exercise and appropriate for any age or fitness level. A routine lasts for only an hour. You might begin with some exercises to release tension in the back and the neck. These exercises gently stretch and soothe tight muscles and prepare you for the workout ahead. The instructor will then go on to work individual parts of the body. One thing you will notice with Kalanetics is that most exercises feature small pulses or contractions of the muscles rather than lots of sweat and movement. But how does it work? Isometric movement is the key to Kalanetics. Just as an example, grasp your palms together and push against them. Keep pushing for a full minute and you will see that although nothing is moving, your arm muscles are working hard. Isometric movement occurs when we carefully flex and pulse different parts of our bodies in small, precise movements. That's the beauty of Kalanetics. There is no equipment to speak of, no need for gym memberships or expensive clothes. Instead, students perform these small, regular pulses that work with the body to tone and lift, as compared to working against our bodies as we do when we strain to lift heavy weights. When we lift weights, we contract and shorten our muscles. When we do isometric exercises like Kalanetics, we elongate our muscles. By targeting the deeper muscles at the body's core, posture is improved, which makes for a longer, leaner profile. Other benefits include a flat stomach, shapely peach-shaped behind and toned legs. Tracy was introduced to Kalanetics whilst overseas and was impressed with the way it reshaped her body. Although not a skinny person, she felt confident and toned wearing her bikini on the beach. She now instructs Kalanetics to small groups of students. The exercises are so gentle that students often try to do too much on the first day, not realizing that they'll feel the effect the next morning. In just 10 hours of Kalanetics, there can be a visible toning and lifting effect. Tracy has personally seen the results in her students. She compares high-impact activities with Kalanetics and finds that her students return home from a Kalanetics session and have more energy to burn, instead of feeling exhausted and depleted. Kalanetics may be offered in your area. Tracy offers a series of DVDs to follow at home. If you're tired of the same old workout with the same old results, try something that maximizes results while minimizing effort. Try Kalanetics today. Thought to be native to India, mangoes have been cultivated for more than 4,000 years. The tree is related to the pistachio and cashew, each producing about 100 mangoes. If you haven't tried a fresh mango, you're in for a treat. The fruit's flavour is often described as an exotic mix of pineapple and peach. A mango is a splendid source of beta-carotene, as its vivid orange flesh would suggest. It also supplies plenty of vitamin C, some vitamin B6 and even some vitamin E. Some mangoes ripen to the combination of raspberry, orange and green shades, while other varieties are golden yellow or green when ripe. One of the juiciest tree fruits, some suggest the best place to eat one is in the bathtub. Many people love the idea of learning to meditate, but are uncomfortable when learning to sit in a meditation posture. Not all of us are yogis. How can we enjoy meditation if most of the time we're contemplating how much our back hurts, how uncomfortable our knees are, or how we have pins and needles in our feet? Sitting in an uncomfortable or stressed position can cause injury to the body. Even sitting for half an hour a day can cause damage to the knees and back if the position you are using is not supportive to your body. Have you noticed the Buddhas often have gentle smiles on their faces? How do they get comfortable enough to be so happy? Different meditation practices have different postures. Some have open eyes, some closed. Some have hands placed palm down over the knees. Others have palms up and open fingers, or fingers in a special formation. Some practices require the full lotus position, where the legs are crossed and soles of the feet are facing upward, resting against the thighs. Others are less formal and suggest a half lotus or just crossed legs. Here are 3 tips to shortcut your path to finding the most comfortable seated meditation posture for you. The spine. In all meditation postures, the spine should be straight but following its natural curve and relaxed. In some practices, it's suggested that you pretend that you are being gently held by a piece of string out through the top of your skull, allowing your spine to rest in its natural position. Or that you are balancing a pile of gold coins on the top of your head. Having a straight but relaxed spine reduces stress on the lower back and on the other sensitive areas of the body, such as the knees and neck. The hips. When you are sitting, have your hips higher than your knees, not the other way round. If the hips and buttocks are in the right position, they provide support for the lower half of the body and take the weight off the upper half. Having the knees higher than the hips, in the way that children sit cross-legged, is fine in the short term, but in the long term, it transfers stress to the knees and is likely to become painful and uncomfortable. To get your hips higher than your knees, it's best to sit on a meditation cushion filled with buckwheat or cotton, a wooden block, or a slanted meditation stool. Try out each of these and see which one is most comfortable for you. Sitting in a chair may be the perfect posture for you. The smile. Just because you have the posture right doesn't mean you will be comfortable. Particularly if your mind is still stressed about trying to find the most comfortable position. Often when we meditate, we try hard to adopt a serious pose. Comfort is more likely if we are relaxed and enjoying ourselves. If we allow ourselves a small smile, even if it's just in our minds, we will look and feel a little more like the smiling Buddhas that inspire and soothe us. Join us again on Mind, Body and Soul as we discover more paths to health and happiness. But for now, Dominique gives us some food for thought.
Remember today that your day will be a result of the choices that you make. Your life will be a result of the choices that you make. Where you find yourself today is a result of the accumulated choices you've made up until this point. If you're wanting to turn your life around, to create more positive circumstances, to cultivate more positive energy and healing within yourself and for others, it begins just one choice at a time. Try and catch yourself in a split second before you act, before you speak, and ask yourself what kind of contribution you want to make to the world today. Choose with awareness, choose with love, and choose with compassion.